Don't put her on a pedestal. She is not a saint. She has no halo. Wings do not adorn her back. She is human, flawed, product of her abusive upbringing, a strong link in this vicious cycle. She as guilty as you. Sure, he inflicted your physical pain, but she watched and stood by his side. And her daughters were victimized by her hands that would grab whatever was in reach. Daughters with holes in heads made by heels, daughters with thighs and backs tattooed by rope and hanger marks. Her words, or lack of them, weapons as well. Either a barrage of insults, including puta, disrespectful and ungrateful child. Because we did not appreciate her thought that if she said the sky was green, so be it. We were not allowed to think for ourselves, let alone outside the box. Or complete silence. No words to be had, no motherly advice, no guidance. Her darling sons, favored in all things, blinders on, believer to be holy, a victim of circumstance. Is it that your upbringing allows you to believe that women don't have the choice? To believe that they have no way out? That she could not protect her children? Unwilling to see that she chose to stay by his side, chose to not to go away, chose to refuse other options, chose to subject her children to his and her pain. Give into the rhythm, to the beat, to the pulse of the resting sun. Don't be afraid. Swing those hips from side to side. Get lost in the movement, just for one small moment. Hey, I'm talking to you, church girl in the corner with your long hair and denim skirt, no jewelry, no makeup, no dancing, no fun. Because your church, really your parents' church, declares these things as sin. But I've been watching your hypocritical congregation. Pretending to have the Holy Ghost to move the fellow churchgoers, that's not a sin. The minister skimming off the top of the offering so he can live in a nicer part of town, drive a nicer car than you, stand above you, that's not a sin. And the visiting missionary copying a field every time he passes by, that's not a sin. And that woman telling a 6-year-old girl that Jesus don't love her because she's wearing shorts, that's not a sin. Meanwhile, the music is pumping, your friends are dancing, smiles on their faces, something you never see in church. You stop your foot from tapping, you stand up straight, you struggle with the inner beat trying to escape onto the dance floor. You couldn't. What if they found out? They would know that you were a sinner. What you don't realize is that for your parents, this is religion du jour. They go through religions like a whore through condoms. They are trying to find their religious selves. Católicos, santeros, atalayas, and now Pentecostal. Oblivious to the damage they caused a young girl who is subject to so many contradictory messages. Don't lie unless you need to move the congregation. And don't steal unless you're the minister. And don't copulate outside of marriage unless you're a visiting missionary. And don't judge others unless they're wearing shorts. But most of all, don't do anything fun because that will surely send you to hell. So church girl, what's it going to be? Are you going to stand there with those hypocrites, those thieves, those molesters, those liars? Are you going to give in to the rhythm, to the beat, to the pulse of the resting sun? There you go, girl. Don't be afraid. Move those hips from side to side. Get lost in the movement. Just for one moment. I used to like pen and paper, the feel of the slim missile in my hand, fluid oozing from its tip, creating life where once there was none. Watching this once empty surface, filling itself with every gyration, moaning with every stroke of pen, becoming alive with every curl of C's and every dot of I's, pen on top, paper below, missionary style giving way to creativity. I used to like pen and paper until you questioned the validity of my connection with the tap-tap-tapping of my fingers on the keyboard giving birth to a world on my computer screen. Every press giving way to enthusiasm. Every time I press enter, a new line begins, moving my fingers around in order to produce sighs and moans, giving way to pleasurable words. I used to like pen and paper until my scrawl became illegible. In my manic moments of poetic thoughts, beauty, and rhythm lost to the scribbles on the paper, realizing that my fingers could produce melodies and tunes with the tap-tap-tapping of my keyboard giving birth to a world on my computer screen. Proving you wrong, that missile in hand, fluid oozing, is the only way to procreate thoughts and wisdom.